I am the only daughter of the Milton family, a title worth billions, and a childhood haunted by 3 kidnappings. To keep me safe, my father assigned me 100 bodyguards. Even going to school required an escort of 3 bulletproof cars. Choose a husband, someone who can stay by your side day and night, my father said. Without hesitation, I chose the gentlest one among them, Wyatt. But on the day of our wedding, he suddenly dismissed all my bodyguards. I was kidnapped and tied to a rooftop, with a cold blade pressed against my neck. On the other end of the phone, Wyatt sneered, "Aubrey, are you trying to be funny? You bullied Olivia with gangsters. She's the real victim here. Who are you putting on this act for? I only assigned your bodyguards to protect her 24/7. Now you will feel what it's like to live in fear." I counted the chimes from the rooftop clock. With each passing hour, I lost a finger. By the final hour, my blood had drained, and so had the life in me. When I opened my eyes again, I was back on the day I had to choose my husband. In my father's hand were still those 8 photographs. This time, I didn't hesitate. My fingers brushed past Wyatt's warm, gentle face and pointed directly at the corner photo, the one with a roguish smile and a devil-may-care expression. But my father said, "That man is already dead." I stared at the 8 photographs in his hand. Without a second thought, my finger bypassed Wyatt's face and landed on the man with sun-kissed skin and a crooked grin. Dad was stunned. "Aubrey, weren't you always fond of Wyatt? Why choose Aiden?" "I want him," I whispered, my voice trembling. My father frowned and pulled out his phone to search his contacts, only to freeze awkwardly. He didn't even have Aiden's number saved. What a joke. These 8 men were all his adopted sons, but Aiden didn't even merit a name in his contact list. The assistant called back quickly. "Chairman, Aiden passed away last month in a landslide while stationed in Greenbelt Village." My father sighed. "Aubrey, choose someone else." "Wyatt, I'm done choosing." I cut him off, standing abruptly. My throat tightened. If I can't have him, I don't want anyone. I stumbled out of the office, my mind replaying Aiden's final expression over and over. If even he was gone, who in this world would ever risk everything for me again? Suddenly, a cold hand clamped around my wrist. I looked up and saw it was Wyatt. Olivia stood beside him, her slender figure leaning softly against his, tears still glistening in the corners of her eyes like she'd suffered some great injustice. Wyatt's expression was gentle, but his words were blunt. "Aubrey, Olivia's health isn't good. Your hot spring villa is just sitting there empty. Let her use it to recuperate for a few days. She's not sleeping well, and has a persistent cough." If it was before, I would have undoubtedly softened and agreed, but this time I merely gave them a cold glance. "I don't agree." Then I pulled out my phone and called my assistant. "Lock the villa. Don't let any random people sneak in." Wyatt's expression darkened instantly. "Aubrey," he grabbed my wrist with a force so strong it hurt. "She's my cousin, your future family. Can't you just be reasonable?" I let out a cold laugh and yanked my hand free. "Who said I'm family with any of you?" His pupils dilated, as if struck by my words. "You're throwing a tantrum over a hair clip? Olivia borrowed it, so what? Your jewelry fills an entire room. What's the big deal if she wore one?" Right on cue, Olivia began to sob. Tears trembled at the edge of her lashes, threatening to fall. "Wyatt, it's fine. Miss Milton clearly looks down on me. I shouldn't have asked. I never deserved it. I couldn't be bothered to watch them act out their little play any longer." I said no, and I meant it. With that, I turned and left. Back in my room, I threw the covers over myself and tried to sleep. The dizziness from being reborn still churned in my head, until a piercing phone ring startled me awake. "Miss." My assistant's panicked voice came through, choking with tears. "Sir Wyatt broke into the villa with Miss Smith." I tried to stop them, but the bodyguards all listened to him. I shot upright in bed. The memory of my past kidnapping flashed before my eyes. Those very same bodyguards had followed Wyatt's orders without hesitation, leaving me alone in the hands of the kidnappers. When I rushed to the villa, a bodyguard had the audacity to block my path. "Miss Milton, Sir Wyatt said no one is allowed to disturb." Slap. My hand struck his face with a loud crack. "You eat my food but take orders from someone else?" My body trembled with rage. "Get lost." I stormed into the inner chamber, and the sight before me froze my blood.